The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
Welcome everyone to the Los Alamitos preview show. A big weekend of stakes racing action here at Los Alamitos. The Abigail Kawananakoa on Saturday, and of course the Ed Burke Million Futurity on Sunday. Is going to be big weekend of racing, and of course happy to be joined with our great panel back again. George Duarte, Michael Wrona, and Chris Wade. We'll start saying hello with Chris Wade because Chris, you picked a winner last week here on the show, Anonymity, with a nice victory. Maybe you didn't get the price that you wanted, but still always nice to get a nice win, right?
Yeah, she was well meant, well bet, and won by a nose over the horse on the outside, and it was a very close finish. And our horse that we're looking at here tonight, who's our price play in the racing card, comes out of the same race as the aforementioned winner, Anonymity, there from the last weekend. So we'll see if we can get a double out of that race this weekend.
And that race that you'll be talking about is part of our big pick six here on Saturday night. We are going to have a carryover in the pick six of over $32,000. The total pool should be over $120,000. I think I'm being kind of conservative on that one. Michael, how are you doing? I know you visit with John Lindo on Thoroughbred LA on Saturdays.
Last week my pick was scratched, actually. I had the right idea by going against the favorite in the opening race, that shipper from Arizona. Thought that was a risky conveyance. But I picked the 4-horse Surf Star, who was scratched from the race. So I had no action last Saturday on Thoroughbred LA. But previous couple of weeks we've had some luck.
Well, Michael, we had a special visitor this past Sunday. Pete Ayalo from Gulfstream Park was here visiting. He called some races at Santa Anita, and he was kind enough to drive here to Los Alamitos, sit on the set with Jose Contreras and Ulysses Gomez. You got a chance to say hello to another really great announcer. So can you share anything that, about the visit with Pete last week?
Yeah, it was terrific to catch up with him. I had met Pete at the symposium in Arizona, in Tucson, a few years ago, and this was a nice chance to reconnect. He came up to the booth for the final 2 races Sunday night after spending an extended period on the set of the quarters. And we did a bit of elbow bending after the races at Burgart's, as one would expect. The hot favourite romped home in that regard. So it was a good night.
Always a great way to end the weekend of racing here at Los Alamitos with a visit to Burgard Sports Bar. George, a lot of racing action, a lot of work. Checking out all these races. You made all the comments for every race here this weekend, and we have some really nice races. The Abigail on Saturday, and of course the Ed Burke on Sunday. You'll be taking a look at that pick six carryover, aren't you?
Oh, I've been looking at it all week since Wednesday's PPs, and I'm going to give Michael a winner for last week. I'd rather have a odds-on favorite that I don't like as an opinion more than actually a horse I think is going to win the race. So I give Michael that win. He said he didn't like that. I think he golfed like 3 to 5, and I don't think he even hit the top 2. I thought that was a good pick from him, even though his horse didn't run. But his main opinion was against that favorite. So I'd rather have that opinion always.
Yeah, great selection always here on the preview show. And the fans are letting us know in their comments. Really appreciate all those fans that comment on our site. Charles is always a great fan, a top viewer here, Mr. Spicer as well, enjoys chiming in from time to time, and we get quite a few other people that join the comments and give us really nice feedback. One of the feedbacks that we got recently is, hey, when the handicappers are giving their selections, kind of put it on the screen as well, just so that we can kind of write it down and remember a little bit more. So I will be doing that. We started doing that last week. We're going to continue to do that as well. And like I mentioned, we have that big carryover. So why don't we jump in and start taking a look at the card, especially with Chris's selection, which comes in race number 6. We have 8 races here on Saturday, and race 6, of course, will be part of that sequence. So tell us, Chris, who are you going with in race number 6?
I'm going to give the horse on the rail, Hurry Up, a big look at the outcome. This horse doesn't look like much on paper, but the horse was a nice sized individual, well bred, well connected. And the connections always take their time with their babies. The horse's first workout was a C, improved to a B- minus in that second drill. And then in that debut, comes out of a very productive affair, the whistle stop affair, and not many came out of that race to win. But this horse didn't get away very well, broke slow, with bump back, with cross, angled in, lost multiple lengths. But it's a big body individual and was finishing pretty well the final half of the affair on own. But what caught the eye was the gallop out. This horse galloped out into and through the turn in front. So with any kind of a decent getaway, ran well, galloped out very well on the rail into the turn, and draws the rail tonight. So hopefully a clear path is expected, and a decent getaway puts the horse in the mix. They're at 9-2 on the program. There's a couple other horses that have looks there as well, but that'll be my price play in the racing card there in race number 6.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at the head-on, because this kind of gives you a good look at that gallop out, especially the way this horse is moving late in after the wire. So he's going to break from post number 4. There he goes, Hurry Up. And you can see right there, he lost that path. Chris, tell me what you see from here on out.
Yeah, he did run up to his name away from the gate. He was very slow in the stride. He was crossed, slow in the stride, but put forth a big one way. You can see him as a nice-sized individual. Was striding out very, very strongly, and then he galloped out very strong into and through the turn. You can see him splitting horses right there into the turn, and is actually in front. When they hit that turn, you can see him galloping out in front of the whole field. So the talent is there. You see him break very, very slow, lost multiple lengths, slow in the stride, and then angled in down the lane, but finished very well on own and galloped out STT. So it has a big look with a clean getaway from that inside post at 9-2 on the program. Was hoping for a better price, but that's why Mr. Ed Burke is the best money line maker in the country, bar none.
Yeah, and most of the time a horse with this kind of a performance probably gets a 10-1 morning line or something along those lines, but not here at Los Alamitos, because we have the razor sharp Ed Burke that watches all the videos of all these races super close.
One other thing concerning that horse is that he's now a gelding. He's a first-time gelding. Hurry Up.
Oh, that's right.
So there we go. Race number 6, number 1, Hurry Up, will be Chris Wade's selection here on Saturday night. So we are going to have another selection here on the program for this Saturday night, and that will be George. Tell me what who you're going with in this race.
Yeah, I remember Michael liking this horse. If I remember correctly, in the trials to the Ed Burke when he was drawn on the outside. And he did what I typically always say they're going to do when they're on the outside, and he ended up hitting the gate, coming out like 3 paths. But I really liked how he finished. I mean, it was the slowest trial of the night, but as you saw, the time got faster as the night progressed, so maybe give him a little more credit on that clocking. And I think he draws really well in this race. If you see the PPs, crypto favorite on the favorite drawn on the outside of him is not one that has really kept the straight path. I've liked this horse, and he's frustrated me because he always finds ways to cause his own trouble by lugging in or out. So I'm hoping he does what Hidden Speed did last time and break out and just give Hidden Speed that nice clear trip. And another thing I like is that James Glenn typically doesn't have him really ready early in the spring. He tends to develop them, and he does better in the summer and the fall. So I think this one still has a lot more to progress. And this race is, I mean, it's between him and the favorite. If you want to look at other price plays, maybe underneath, I think Second Opinion hasn't really had a chance to show what he's done, what he has yet. I liked his workouts prior to the start. And Mayor Humdinger wheels back rather quickly. And that one I thought worked well prior and had the rail and just had a tough go of it last time.
Okay, we're going to take a
He's a
look.
first-time gelding too, Mayor Humdinger.
That one I'm not sure if I think he might have been gelded prior because I don't think they will back in 2 weeks off of gelding. But
Interesting, because
but
I was wondering about that too.
Yeah.
That timing.
Usually that means that it was a late reported gelding on debut, so they didn't have time to. That's why usually that when you see that's why I didn't notate it.
Well, here's the replay of the race from Hidden Speed. Post number
He's a
9.
horse. He hits the gate and he comes out 3 paths at the start. And then after that, I thought he ran well. I mean, he was down a length early to the leaders. That included, this lady's a vamp who we were really high on, and I thought he finished well. He was facing 3 other winners in that race, and now he drops back into maiden ranks. I like the class drop. I like that he's not the favorite, and I like where he's drawn.
Yeah,
and there's a pick 6 carryover. Makes it even better for me.
Facing the lady is a vamp who everybody was so high on for that night, and I'm sure we'll see her back and have some big time performances later in the year. And there's the carryover again, George.
It will be over, but not could be. Will be.
I'm like I said, I'm being conservative, But it should be bigger. If I think the last time that we had this type of a carryover, it was around 150, around that time.
Especially when there's bookend possible singles. I think that makes people approach the pick 6 more and want to play it when they think it could be a pick 4. Basically a no-take out pick 4 with that carryover.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the feature event on the Saturday program. It is the Grade 2 Abigail Kawananakoa Stake. $75,000 purse in this one, and a full field of top fillies and mares. They have quite a few fillies actually in this group. There's the horse on the rail, Butters, Holmes, and Garden, who has had some success at 110 yards. So very quick horse. You always see that she's fast out of the gate. There's Beach Walk, horse that ran third in the Oaks and came back and ran second to Hot Temptation in the La Pacifica. Chica Boom Babe, a new arrival here at Los Alamitos, a stakes winner in state-bred races in New Mexico. Has had some nice performances in graded stakes races. La Famosa Vaquera, who ran third in the Miss Princess. One Sweet Duck, when she's good, she's really good out of the gate. She's really fast. Call Her Perfect, also exiting the La Pacifica, also was part of the Oaks field. Another 3-year-old filly. In the mode, we haven't seen her since she faced males in the Ransom Handicap. BJK Stickfield Follies. She's been a steady performer. Will be making her 5th start of the year, also a 3-year-old. The big favorite, Miss Aisao JQM, already a multiple stakes winner at Los Alamitos this season, looking out for her richest stakes win of the meet in this $75,000 race. And 10, Temple Court, who ran second in the Dashingly to Miss Aisao JQM, and is ready for action here in the Abigail. Michael, what are your thoughts on this race?
Well, when we did the preview show for the Miss Princess Stakes, there was this great discussion and debate about the speed of the Oaks winner Shaken Going On, the 3-year-old, versus the finishing strength of Miss Esau JQM and how that would unfold. And George was on the correct side of that argument, with the 3-year-old being able to lead all the way. But it was a hard charging second by the Brazilian star. I mean, she just came up a head short in a very powerful punch late in the race. And I just think she's drawn to win this. I don't see how I could possibly go against her. I think it's an outstanding opportunity for her to register another stakes win in the United States.
Yeah, she's now raced 7 straight times at 350 yards. No worse than second in any of those races. And in fact, the farthest she's been from winning a race at 350 has been a half length. And that's when she got bumped in one of those early races when she had just arrived here at Los Alamitos. So at 350, she is just a wicket, and she looks ready to fly. Chris, your thoughts?
Pretty much the same as Michael. I saw JQM, didn't get away all that well, was slow in the stride and was finishing like an absolute freight train, came up a head short after losing that a good amount of ground at the getaway, in my opinion, but she couldn't go on, broke on the lead and held on to win rather nicely. But everything factored in on my charts. I saw JQM. Looks to get up over the hump after promising a little bit more than she's been delivering. She's been running very, very well. She's been first or second every one of her starts here at Los Alamitos, and drawn well to win is noted by Michael. Drawn well to the outside, and anything close to a decent getaway at a clear path expected. She should be triple tough tonight there in the finale and closing out that late pick 4 and that pick 6 with that big carryover, and it's going to be a nice size pool there. A little bit of a look to Temple Quarterly outside. I know she's been promising more. She's been delivering. We keep giving her a chance after chance, and always seems to find trouble, come out a little bit short. But she does run her best races when drawn on the outside. So if she gets away clean, she's got to look to get a piece of the pie there in the exact end, or try to perfect it there in the finale in the Abigail.
So George, you have a pick 4 ticket always feature in the Nightlines program, and your single in that late pick 4 was Miss Isao JQM. So I know where you stand going into this race. So I'm going to ask you about a couple of other horses, especially the newcomer here, Chica Boom Babe. What can you tell us about this mare from New Mexico?
She's been competing mainly in state bred races, and she ran good at Sunland. I thought that was a good effort. I just think the New Mexico bred, if you put them in the hierarchy of who's like the top breedings, I would say they're towards the bottom. They're improving. I remember when they used to be really bad, but they've been improving, but I still think it's a cut below. So I want to see where she fits in against these field. I mean, she's facing a solid field for her debut here. I would like to also see a work, a gate work, see something from her. So that's why I'm just going to have to pass on her for tonight. And then she draws next to Beach Walk, who was pretty quick. One that I was thinking of liking was In the Mode, the 7. But the only thing that I didn't like was that Gabriel Lara chose the 3-year-old in the race, when I thought In the Mode is the if you just look at the past performance, I thought she had the better chance to win this race. I thought she really ran really well in that A Ransom. I mean, she's a quick horse, and her speed was taken away from her when she got bumped on her hind end, and then she finished. She was a little bit in tight, and she finished well. I really like that effort. But it could be that, with the Champions Night looming next month, a lot of these horses, if you see Saturday night, there's In the Mode. I think is one of them. But especially on Sunday, you see a few that look like they're probably prepping for that night. So that could be the reason. That could be why Ricardo's on it and not Gabriel Lara. So that's the only thing. But that's one thing to look out for. See these horses that are prepping for that California Champions Night next month, because Scott Willoughby has a lot of horses ready. But I know pointed to that night because he does really well there. So just pay attention to how this one runs. If you see maybe she needed to start, maybe you can go against the others on Sunday.
Yeah, she'd definitely be a candidate for the Matron Stakes on California Breeders' Champions Night. That's on Saturday, July the 26th. And just to point out, the ransom handicap in that race, she ran against Unrelentless, who came back to win the Grade 1, Brad McKenzie, and Political Rivalry, who is a multiple Greatest Stakes winner here at Los Alamitos. So it was definitely a field of tough males back on December the 21st. So that's a good look at some of the key races on the Saturday night program. We got to remind you, of course, we have that big carryover, $32,290. The total pool should be well over $120,000 here on Saturday night. First post on Saturday will be 6:40 p.m. as well as the Sunday first post, also 6:40 p.m. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to talk about Sunday's card, including what I think might be the best quarter horse race that we've had as the second race in the program in a very, very long time. I haven't seen a second race of quarter horses as strong as that allowance race. I can't remember.
I can't remember the last time any of those horses ran in the second race of a card.
Right? Unless it was a trial or something along those lines. So we'll be right back to talk about the second race and, of course, the Ed Burke Million Futurity. And we're back here on the Los Alamitos preview show, and I just got to take a look at this race number 2 because right off the bat, the racing office has put on a heck of a race here on the Sunday card. And let's take a look at this group. Boardwalk, a Grade 1 finalist. He's going to draw post number 1. And we get a shipper, a Grade 1 shipper from the Barco trainer, Mark Jungers, Relentless Eagle. Here won the Dash for Cash Derby at Lone Star, then comes back and wins the Texas Classic Derby. 6 wins in his career, went 4-4-4 last year. Cuz Lightyear, another shipper here at Los Alamitos, outstanding breeding Corona Cartel out of Just Cuz, and has also been running at the top level, running the All-American Derby last year. There's Ed Burke Verde. Let's see if who gives them a look here in this race. Chris, maybe one more chance here for Edgar Verde against a really tough group. He definitely could do it. Number 5, Disruptor, 20-1 here on the morning line, but another strong performer. And London Toby, the winner of the Grade 1 Brad McKenzie last year, ran second against Unrelentless this year. And of course, will most likely be pointed to big races like the Vessel's Maturity, the Spencer Childers, and many other races here. So, Chris, can you remember another race number 2 for older quarter horses stronger than this here at Los Alamitos?
Never. Pretty much, these horses haven't raced in a second race since they were probably 2-year-olds. So right. This is a salty group and can go any number of ways. Of course, London Toby always runs well fresh, nice size runner, usually pretty quick, and will be out there or finishing pretty well. But it's on the numbers, it's a closely matched event, can go in a number of ways. And the second race, oh my God, we got a great program there on Sunday. We got 8 quarter horse races and some quality 2-year-olds going posters. And we close it out with the $2 million $1 million Ed Burke. So it's a great weekend of racing closing out there in the Ed Burke.
And Michael, that adrenaline is going to be flowing right off the bat here with this type of a race, right?
Yeah, my eyebrows lifted almost to the ceiling when I saw Boardwalk was in race 2, and then I see this 4-for-4 last season star out of Texas, a Grade 1 and a Grade 2 win at Lone Star, and it was just like unwrapping a Christmas present. The further I looked down this page, quite incredible.
Definitely. So it is Father's Day here at Los Alamitos, so a lot of dads will be out and about enjoying a great racing program. So exactly, it's going to be just a big race after a big race, another present here on Father's Day. George, Relentless Eagle, how excited are you to watch this horse face the likes of London Toby, Cuz Lightyear, who ran in the All-American Futurity back in 2023, All-American Derby last year, and now taking on some outstanding runners right off the bat here at Los Al.
Yeah, it's going to be good to see where he fits. It's going to be good to see if he likes anywhere but Lone Star, because all his 6 wins have been at Lone Star. I mean, he's been winning impressively. He's been beating good fields. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Christian Ramos is coming out to ride an allowance race. That's rare. That's rare to see. And the only thing I'm concerned is London Toby's going to see the daylight. He's going to see the sun. He's like, what's going on? Where am I going? It's early. It's too early for me. That's the only concern for him. But, it's most likely a prep for him for the Spencer Childers. But, I mean, he wins his preps. That's one of the good things about him. He's always ready. And I know he's going to be looking to win number 3 on Spencer Childers night.
Well, don't forget the Vessel's Maturity as well in 3 weeks' time. So, I'm pretty almost 100% sure. I'm not making 99% sure that he
not going to try the 3-peat in the Spencers, huh?
Well, no, I think both. I think possibly
try to do both. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
he ran in both last year.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh yeah, there's no trials to that. I forgot. I thought there was trials to that.
Yeah. So should be a good one, no doubt about that. So let me take a quick look. I'll go ahead and kind of forward and see a couple of other races. We have quite a few maiden events for 3-year-olds as well. Some nice ones, some 2-year-old races. Here's a lot of nice fillies, including Hot Times, who won on debut. CD Lady with Class. Another winner, Leticia. I know we've talked to her about her on this show. Lawyer Whistle. Won on debut as well and ran third in a trial to the Kindergarten Futurity. Here's another race number 5. Another Father's Day gift here from Los Al. An allowance event, but look at Rainier, 6-5 on the morning line, coming off of that impressive effort. She should be pretty good in another possible Vessel's Maturity contender. Up for Everything, Masked Mandate. I happened to see Jose Flores in the barn area this week, and I asked him if Masked Mandate was going in the Vessels. He said most likely the Independence Day, and then the Spencer Childers. So, like you were talking about, George horses that are being pointed to the California Breeders' Champions night. Masked Mandate had a really nice workout recently as well, so we'll be showing that during the broadcast. A few more of the nice quarter horse races on top. I'm sure some names that will pop to our viewers. And now we get to the main event of the weekend, the Ed Burke Million Futurity, the Grade 1 event. Right off the bat, number 1, Just I'm Worth It at 10-1, coming off of a huge trial victory. Accelerated, $850,000 purchase. The Los Alamitos equine sale 242 in his career. Fastest qualifier, shiny new. But for that 2.5 length trial win. Cheat Sheet. Nice draw for Cheat Sheet, I think. Right next to some pretty quick horses. She's 10-1. Viper, Jose Flores, and Licon Farm and Ranch. From what I understand, they're going to have a nice big crowd rooting for Viper in the Vessels Club here on Sunday. Heavily favored. Newcomb Racing will be represented by 2 horses in this one, number 6 and number 7. There's Duda Cartel. We have an interview with Terry Thompson to share us how the name Duda Cartel came about. 20-1, and one of the few early program winners from the trial night. Duda Cartel actually ran during the daytime. Here, everybody else seemed to qualify out of a night race. French Valley, filly by Favorite Cartel out of Attack the Cartel, and Wake Up Little Susie, a favorite of mine always, after qualifying to the Kindergarten Futurity and now in the Ed Burke Million Futurity. We'll go ahead and get started with Chris Wade. Chris, who do you like in this 9th race? In addition to that, who would be your price play in the 9th?
Well, of course, Shiny New, the fastest qualifier by quite a distance, 1746, I think it was, and it was like 1775. The second fastest qualifier. So the horse figures very, difficult tonight. Just improved immensely from the maiden debut to the trial. Definitely the one to beat. He'll be your deserved favorite. I'm going to give Doodle Cartel a look there for my good friend Terry Thompson and company with Paul Jones. That horse ran well on the early part of the program, as noted by George and Michael. That it got faster as the night got longer, and usually it's the other way around. But this horse did run well in that debut, and definitely it's a nice size individual. Definitely will improve, and has a look there as my price play in the deuce. Of course, French Valley was very, very quick and looked all over a winner, but before Accelerated did just that and got there. Accelerated strong the last 50, 60 yards to get up on top of the wire, but the horse didn't look to get a piece of pie there because very quick on the outside as well, but tough to overlook Shiny News chances in the Ed Burke.
And she's by a sire, MP Shining, a new name as a stallion here. And man, what a feather in his cap that would be to get a Grade 1 win so early in the season, so early in his career here at Los Alamitos. George, we'll give you the second crack at this field here. Who do you like, and who would be your price play?
I took a price play. I ended up going with Heavily Favored. I know Michael's favorite rider, Eduardo Nicasio, is aboard. I really liked the effort from the outside post. I thought I know Viper turned him away when he made that bid, but Alamon tends to let him progress. He only had one race prior to that compared to Viper. That was his third race, so he should have been out finished by that runner. And I just think I really like where he's drawn. I think that's the main reason. I don't think he's necessarily the best horse in this field. I just like where he's drawn. He's not drawn next to all those speedballs like Cheat Sheet and Shiny New. As he gets to avoid all those runners, he draws next to his stablemate. And I'm sure Armando's going to make sure he does not break in and compromise both their chances. So that's why I really like where he's drawn. I respect the two favorites, Accelerated and Shiny New. If they drew differently, I would like them. I mean, Accelerated's final eighth was probably in the 940s when I looked at it, and Shiny New his final eighth wasn't posted. Her final eighth wasn't posted, but I timed it myself, and it was 950, which is the best for a winner that was leading into the final eighth. Accelerate had the fastest final eighth, but Shiny New had the second fastest, and she was really quick. The only issue with her I have is they're both from the outside, or both wins. Her latest work was from the outside, and then her only time when she was on the inside of a horse, she was quickly with a wide path. So she's never really experienced having to deal with a horse right next to her, like Cheat Sheet. Cheat Sheet's one of the fastest in this field, so she's going to have to overcome, not get intimidated by a horse being right next to her right out of the gate. So that's the only thing she's going to have to overcome, and at the low odds that I expect her to be is just I have to go against her.
So what you're saying is that if Shiny New and Accelerated put them side by side like a video oval, Shiny New would have been almost 2 lengths ahead of Accelerated at around the halfway mark, maybe. That's how fast she was before Accelerated comes flying late with that closing speed.
Yeah, that's the final race. I mean, he went 2 lengths slower than her in the trials. So, I mean, he still would have got dusted. But that's the only thing I just consider is just she has to be in between really good runners. She's going to experience something totally new to her. I wish she would have had more competition in her work. She's just so talented that she hasn't had. So she hasn't had to deal with the runner right next to her. And that's where the class shows. That's where experience prevails is during those kind of when you get to overcome some kind of adversity.
And Michael, you have a selection. You get the big shot here in this one because you win with this race as your race of the weekend to give us a pick. Who is it, Michael?
It's French Valley number 9. I like her very much at 6-1 from that post position draw. I absolutely loved her debut win off one gate work. The gallop out all the way around the turn was enormous. And then she came out in that unforgettable trial to the Ed Burke Million versus Cheat Sheet and Accelerated. And it still beggars belief that Accelerated got up and won that. And he's immensely talented. but I just don't know about him in the first few strides of the race from gate number 2. And for reasons outlined by George, I'm willing to risk Shiny New from gate 3 at 8-5. She might be too fast and too brilliant for them, and full marks to her if she goes 3 for 3 in winning this Ed Burke Million Futurity. But drawn directly inside a cheat sheet is a very different scenario for Shiny New compared to everything she has experienced so far in her career from the far outside post positions. And at 8-5, I think she's a risk. I just don't like the gates for Accelerated or Shiny New. I love the gate for French Valley with Dudar Cartel drawn inside of her, likely not that brilliantly away. By the way, terrific upside for Dudar Cartel. I just think that still we need to wait for the second half of the season to see her fully blossom, or see him fully blossom. But he's got tremendous upside. But I think French Valley just gets a great path, a great trip, drawn 1 from the outside with Dudar Cartel on her inside. And she's going to have her chance. She's reliable out of the gate, and the odds at 6-1 are appealing to me.
Great. Let's take a look at that trial, because it was such a special race between Accelerated, French Valley, cheat sheet, 3 qualifiers, and what a race it was. So there it is. And just to remind the viewers, from post number 4 is cheat sheet here in this trial. French Valley will be in post number 7, and Accelerated will go from post number 8. Of course, keep an eye on both the 7 and the 8 here, and what a race it is.
Yes, and people were concerned about the filly French Valley being drawn directly inside Accelerated, but she actually dictated to Accelerated in the first few strides. And cheat sheet came out of gate 4. That's all she's ever known. This will be the 3rd straight race for her from post position 4. And the 2 of them were battling it out, and somehow neither won. The reason for that was Accelerated just producing this phenomenal burst on the outside. But can he do it again from post position 2? I don't know. At 5-2, I'm just against him because of that post position draw. But French Valley just is efficient out of the gate. She's slick. She's quick. She'd had, as I said earlier, 1 gate work leading into the debut, then jumps from 220 up to this 350-yard trial, and maybe that's the reason she just ran out of puff in the last few strides. You would think there's the chance that she'll even improve more condition-wise, fitness-wise, strength-wise, and maybe she can just find something a little bit extra in the final 50 yards of the final. I think she's a good bet at 6-1 from that post.
Just watching this race again, you have to wonder, you wonder if the jockey on French Valley thought, okay, all I have to worry is about the inside horses, because you can see the rider, Martina Arriaga, is kind of already encouraging Accelerated, while French Valley, the jockey's just sitting, looking inside. And then out of nowhere comes Accelerated to catch them all. I had a chance to talk to Juan Aleman after the race, and he just couldn't believe what he had just seen. Here's Juan Aleman.
The horse has shown a lot late kick, but he just didn't get away tonight. He was too relaxed in the gate, and they outbroke him. But the horse has so much talent. He made up so much ground towards the end, and that's what makes him such a good horse.
We've talked about a couple of other horses in this one. Dudar Cartel with owned by Terry Thompson, Alexis Andrade, and Paul Jones. Here's what Terry Thompson had to say about the horse and also about the name Dudar Cartel.
And then tonight, he showed his talent that we thought he had. His works weren't all that 12-7 both time he worked, but you know what? He worked pretty steady and he showed some nice run on the back end of it. So Paul and I talked about getting 350, even 400 yards was really going to be something that we were looking forward to. So this horse is named after my father-in-law who just passed away a year ago. Dudar was his favorite saying, so it's kind of a sentimental deal for Deb and I. But yeah, we're thrilled. We're completely happy. So hopefully we can hang on and make it back here for the finals on Father's Day. We're excited.
Your father-in-law's name?
Bernie Erickson, and that was always his saying when he went out was Duda, and so he passed away, like I said, a year ago, and so Paul actually surprised Debbie and I and named the horse after him and had handed us a paper. So it was so a lot of sentimental value with this horse.
Hopefully lots of Dudas on Father's Day.
I hope so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So yeah, that just kind of touches my heart just listening to it, and I've heard it a few times, but that's what some of these horses mean. Just the name sometimes just means something so special to so many. Definitely a very, very special horse for the Thompson family and trainer Paul Jones as well. One horse that we haven't really talked much about is Viper, who was the second fastest qualifier to the Ed Burke Million, and Jose Flores has won the Ed Burke Million with one of the most memorable winners. He's a dash of fire. He was just incredible early on that whole 2-year-old year. And I asked him, hey, you've won this race before with He's a Dash of Fire. And he just kind of laughed. He's like, I don't want to say that Viper is another He's a Dash of Fire, but I love this horse. So here's more from Jose Flores.
Well, He's a Dash of Fire is the only one, but I'm very, very proud of this horse, Viper. I'd like to thank Lincoln Ranch and their connections. Thank you very much, Don Juan, Don Mario, todos viejones, muchas gracias. Thank you very much, and he did well. He did very professional. The horse is getting better, and I think by the finals, if everything's good, that he cuts down, it should be real tough in the final.
Political Chilitas last year,
yeah.
Viper this year. Congratulations to Licon Farm, right?
Thank you. Yeah, they're good people.
You love it when good things happen to good people. Political Chilitas got them to many stakes races throughout her career. She's continuing her career here at Los Alamitos, and now they got another one to cheer for with number 5, Viper, 8-1 on the morning line. How fast was he closing, George? Because your comment said away well and held well, so all along, just a very solid performance from gate to wire from Viper.
Yeah, his final eighth was 9:56. Yeah, I respect him. I mean, he's done everything right so far since arriving with Flores, and Flores does really good with these new additions. I mean, he has one earlier in the card in Rainier. That's probably going to be the shortest price favorite on the night, and how that one really took a liking to his training. And I think this is just another one. I mean, he does really well with these runners.
One other horse that we got to mention is Just I'm Worth It. 2-length victory from a full brother to a horse that has won here at 400 yards. A Futurity winner here at Los Alamitos. Favorite Just Hawk, the one Just I'm Worth It. I was in the racing office just after they drew the race, and I asked someone, who do you like? And they're like, the one that I really like is number 1, Just I'm Worth It. Just so good finishing that race. And you can see, I mean, he was leading by a half a length early and ends up winning by 2 lengths. So he won, just like your comment says, George, going away. Chris, on your figures, where did Just I'm Worth It rank?
He's like my 4th best number with everything factored in, treble track variant. We do all that on our business computer, but you got to look at the outcome. We have a clear path on the inside both. He's like my 4th selection there in the finale. So it's a great way to close out the week. It's a great race, and you got a quality group of 2-year-olds going post for lots of upside with all these horses.
So just remind me one more time, because you're saying Just I'm Worth is your 4th selection. Who are your top 3?
Well, Shiny New is going to be right there as my top selection. I'm going to give a Doodle Cartel for Terry Thompson, a good friend of mine, and Paul Jones will be our second choice. And, of course, the aforementioned Accelerated. I'm going to go with not so much with the treble track variant, but I'm going to give the horse a look here to improve a little bit. Hopefully gets away a decent getaway. And, of course, the rail horse, Just I'm Worth It, be my 4th choice.
Yeah, so just wanted to point out there, number 8, Duda Cartel at 20-1 on Chris Wade's figures, the 2nd selection here. So just remember that when you're making your tickets here at Los Alamitos. Who knows? We might have another carryover on Sunday, which would be a tremendous carryover. George's taking it down. He says.
Yeah, no.
And maybe we'll bring it up if if it's over 40,000, because I think
if I pull it on Saturday, you won't see me for a while.
Well, you better be here Saturday for sure, because we didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't bring this up, but you and I had a NBA bet in the final, right? And it's already clinched. I already got my pizza coming on Saturday night. Why don't you tell the good folks out there, what our bet was?
I was very confident in OKC's ability to handle Indiana, and I gave Orlando 2 games. I said they won't even win 2, and he took it, and they did it in 3.
Thank you.
Now I'm kind of rooting for Indiana. I was like, they cost me pizza, might as well win it.
There you go. Well, you're gonna. Sounds like you're gonna pay it on Saturday by taking down that pick 6. So I expect filet mignon on Sunday. Well, there it is, the Ed Burke Million Futurity, a big race, great weekend of racing here at Los Alamitos. Just to remind all the viewers, Michael Wrona's selection on for the Ed Burke is number 9, French Valley, 6-1 on the morning line. But we have a couple of other long shot picks here. Duda Cartel, 20-1 is Chris's price play for this race. George, heavily favored at 12-1. I give a little check mark here for Justin Muerte as the price play here at 10-1. So all in all, that just tells you what a tremendous race the Ed Burke Million Futurity is. It's going to be a dandy of a race. Always happy to welcome into the winner circle the Burke family. It's a proud tradition for a long time here at Los Alamitos. They always present the trophy for this outstanding race, which is managed by the Pacific Coast Photo Horse Association. So there it is, the Ed Burke Million Futurity. I'd like to thank our panel for all their hard work. Wish them tons of winners here this weekend, especially as they fill their tickets out for the Pick 6. Closing word, Michael?
We're recording on a Friday afternoon. This time next week, we'll be amongst opening day of the Thoroughbred Meet. 9 days across 3 weeks, Friday through Sunday. So looking forward to a busy 3 weeks coming up.
Yeah, we won't have time next Friday at this time to be recording the show. We'll have to figure out a different little schedule there. So closing word, Chris?
We got a great weekend of racing. Don't forget, it's closing on weekend and closing night on Saturday at Sam Houston. We handicapped races, I think, a number of races, 3 through 11 for the public. It's on the website, it's in the program. So we got some price plays, some good lookers in there. And, of course, we also do Delta down. So we got some simulcast being piped in, but we got some great racing here at Los Alamitos. Try to get my hurry up out of the gate there and spring a little minor ups there and race number 6 on Saturday night and improve that George pick 6 return just a little bit.
George, there it is, the pick 6. Yeah. It's going to be over that expected.
Yeah, it's not going to Sunday.
Okay, all right, perfect. We'll talk about it next week. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank you for all the viewers for spending some time here with us. Wish you a great weekend, great Father's Day, and hope to see you here at Los Alamitos. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.